And as you can tell, I'm someplace and I'm actually blocking the real point of interest in this location. This is Wynoochie, no, not Wynoochie, WY-NOO-CHEE Falls. And there it is right behind us. That's WY-NOO-CHEE Falls. We're in the southern tip of the Olympia National Forest in the state of Washington. And I'm going to move out the way, or further, in fact, out the scene, and let us just enjoy what we see here. You could say this is vortex water. This is what nature does without breaking a sweat. If you could have water like this all the time, you would have water that is in its highest state of function, its highest ability to absorb, its highest ability to penetrate. It will have the highest amount of oxidative potential. And what do I mean by that? It will deliver oxygen in many states, not just one. We know that when vortexing is done, when water is in a high motion state, that H2O that we are so familiar with becomes something more. Let us say, from the H2O comes many other molecules that are very useful and very well known, such as H2O2. We call that hydrogen peroxide. H3O2. H3O2 is the type of water that is taken up by our cells, something of importance. How about O3? That's called ozone. We know a lot about ozone. And O2. You can't breathe O3 too long and not first experience some amount of damage, tissue damage, etc. You can't live on O3. You can't live without O2. But from vortexing and water like this, which is in a very high motion state, you get all of these derivatives from H2O. And interestingly enough, you also get those same types of derivatives when you put a vortex generator on your water line, which speeds that water up, which increases its motility, you might say, its energetic properties, its electrical properties. And this is what makes rain, for example, which falls in a similar manner, which has a similar motion state. This is what causes that burst of growth when it rains that farmers really feel and know is critical and of critical importance. But this is what causes those spurts of growth when they put a vortex generator on from President Water.co and transform their lackadaisical. They're water that has been sitting around, that's been in the dark, it's been this, that, and the other, but it has lost its motion state, it's lost its motility, and in so doing, it's lost its mojo. It's lost its ability to have and hold all of its contents, all those minerals, because you can bet, when you look, if I pan down just a little bit here, and in fact, I'm going to take my camera off the tripod. We're going to walk just a tad. Let's look here. Look how crystal clear this water is. All of those rocks that are underneath surface there, those rocks are composed of different types of minerals. And as the water is passing over those minerals, over those rocks, it's actually taking that information in. That information is becoming part of the water's memory. But yet, it's taking that information in, it's taking particles in too, but you see how clear it is, crystal clear. That's because that water is in a crystalline state. It is highly ordered, it is highly motile, and when it comes in a crystalline state, it's highly organized, and the elements, the minerals, and the information that they represent are dispersed throughout the water volume. But it's done so because they're so tiny and they're well dispersed that you don't see them. They're nice and clear. That's what happens when you vortex your water. Just like looking right between there, a little vortex event, vortex activity is happening. When you look over here, that's vortex activity happening. Look over there. Vortex activity is happening right there. Nature is amazing. We love nature. We are taking what nature does, again, without sweating, and allowing and replicating that phenomena inside a pipe as your water passes through. That's what we're doing. Thank you.